Today, the Road Testament. It's our second to last webcam episode. I couldn't afford a razor. I'm still in Santa Monica. It's our second to last webcam episode. I'm Alex Roy. JF Musial, say hi.
Hey, what's up?
Where are you, JF?
Heading down to Daytona Beach for the 24 hours of Daytona test days, then up to the Detroit Auto Show this weekend.
I'm very jealous, but most importantly, today's topic is the best used cars of 2011. Let's get this started.
Deal. Alex, I feel like we've been beating this topic like a dead horse for the past three episodes, and Leo, last week we've had something like 2,300 comments with people suggesting what car you should buy, which is pretty astounding considering I thought a lot of people hated you.
Maybe that's why they have so many opinions.
Well, anyway, so we've compiled this list of cars in different categories because people suggested so many different cars. Obviously, you're going to be only buying a sedan, but we know this topic is relevant to a lot of people out there, so we've broken down this list based off of the comments and who suggested what cars.
Actually, I have to say,
we've got
I got a lot of these comments, these suggestions were awesome and things I didn't think of. Why don't you kick off with a sports car list?
Completely agree. Yeah. So with sports cars, let's start off with the Jaguar XKE, the Pontiac GT, the Audi TT, the first generation,
I used to own one.
the Mazda MX-5, the Porsche 944, the first generation Porsche Boxster, the first generation BMW M Coupe or Roadster, the C5 Z06 Corvette, and the Honda S2000. These were the most commented sports cars over the past three episodes. Alex, what is your favorite one out of that list?
Well, I used to own the first generation Audi TT, but I'd have to say, and this is an awesome list, the Porsche 944.
I knew you were going to say that. I would agree with you, except for one thing. If I was buying a used car, I would want something a little bit more reliable than a 944. But I agree, it's got a lot of soul. What's your second choice?
Let me just say about the 944, the cheapest on the list,
Okay.
the oldest on the list. It was in 16 candles. Every chick in the world when I was a kid wanted to date the guy who had one. And it's got a lot of soul. What's your first choice?
Honestly, I would either go with actually, my first choice, and this is obvious, is got to be the Mazda MX-5 or Miata in the previous generations, the NA or NB. Even the NCs can get cheap these days. You can do so much with these cars. They're so easy to fix, and they're so cheap. You can have so much fun driving one of them, spec racing, whatever it may be. I love the MX-5, one of my favorite cars out there.
Look, I'm going to agree. I mean, it's an awesome car. I've never owned one. I totally would own one. But for me, off this list, the 944 has just got that. It's got the history factor. And I would also say off this list, having owned an Audi TT, and I loved it, on this list, it's the last car I'd buy. It's just, there are too many other
Agreed. But actually, or maybe the Jaguar XKE. The funny thing about that is a lot of people suggested the Jaguar XKE, and I didn't realize, but C5 Z06s are dirt cheap right now. That's pretty incredible.
I know, that's a hard one not to jump at, because ultimate performance on this list, ultimate performance, it's probably got to be the C5 Z06. But the Pontiac GTO is yelling at me too, and the M Coupe is a great car. Great list.
Agreed. Okay, Alex, take us on the list of sedans.
Oh yeah, the sedan list. I'm a sedan guy. Mitsubishi Evo 8, very nice. Pontiac G8 GT. Volvo S60 Type R. Volvo S80. WRX or STI, I've owned one. Subaru 2.5 RS Coupe. Saab 9.3. Early Mercedes E55 AMG, BMW E39 M5, late 90s BMW 7 Series, B5 Audi S4, I've owned that as well, 92 Ford Taurus Show, and a 2005 Infiniti G35.
Okay, I'm just going to say right off the bat, I love Audis, but I would never buy a 2001 or 2002 Audi S4. The twin turbo is an awesome car, but holy crap, it is a maintenance nightmare.
Yeah, I have owned two of them, the 2000 and 2001, and I love that car. But yeah, the hoses always blew, nothing but great car.
Yeah.
But on this list, what's your first choice?
Honestly, for the best buy for your money, the Infiniti G35, a 2005 Infiniti G35. I can't believe how cheap they are. That is a bargain for a car. Personally, though, I would love an E39 M5. They're getting so cheap. They are
I
classics.
got
They will always
listen.
be
I got to ask you
classics.
this because I own three E39s. What does a 2005 Infiniti G35 go for? You can get that for under 20.
You can get them for 16 to 18 with high mileage, but that's a bulletproof car. I've driven plenty of G35s. That motor, they're very good cars. And for if you're looking for a reliable used car, I think the G35 is a very good choice. And if you get a certified pre-owned one, oh my God, that's a great choice.
Well, look,
But for I have to say the S60 Type R's. I know you were wanting to buy one, and I think that was one of your likely candidates, was it not?
yeah, I mean, the S60 Type R is, I mean, for a newer car on this list, is the ultimate sleeper. It's cool, it's weird, it's reliable. You can still get them under CPO. I mean, I've owned a WRX and I absolutely love it, but I like to try something different. Evo 8 screams at me. The Pontiac G8 GT screams at me. But off this list, I mean, I'm going to go again with the cheapest car, the 92 Ford Taurus SHO. I mean, talk about the last car that's going to get stolen, the cheapest to buy, the cheapest to fix, the cheapest to insure off this list. I mean, every car on this list is awesome, except maybe the Saab 9.3. I mean, like, I know it's cool, but off this list, every car here is a performance car except the 9.3, maybe the Volvo S80. I'd have to go with the 92 Ford Taurus SHO. Absolutely.
And you can't go wrong with the car that Conan O'Brien
You
owns.
also can't go wrong with a car that was used in RoboCop as a police car. So I think we should move on to hatches and coupes.
Hatches and coupes. Now, this is a short list, but these were the only cars that you guys suggested in mass quantities. The BMW E36 or E46 M3, the Volkswagen GTI, the Mini Cooper, Focus ST, and even a new car that is new for this year but is still within range of buying, the Ford Fiesta.
That's a pretty short list. I'm absolutely shocked that the list is so short. What's your first choice?
If I was going to be taking it to the track every day and I didn't care about how people thought about me, I would buy the E36 or E46 M3. You can get E46 cheap, but E36s are even cheaper. But there's so many out there. They're not special, and I don't know. Honestly, I would wait a few months, have a Fiesta come off a short-term lease, and take a Fiesta for $14,000. It's a phenomenal car.
You know, I'm going to agree with you on this one because I've owned a bunch of BMWs and I love them. But there are a lot of, M3s out there on the street. GTIs, also awesome, a lot of them on the street. I'd pick the M3 or GTI over Mini Cooper, although I think they're cool. The Focus ST is great. But this Fiesta, is just screaming at me. And especially because you can get one almost new, dirt cheap, and insurance is going to be nothing. And it's it's a
Yep.
fun car to drive.
And not only that, it's got the latest safety equipment in it, and not many of them been sold. It's a very rare car still to this day, and even though it's been on sale for almost 5 months in the U.S.,
Yeah,
it's pretty incredible.
it's just there's something about that car that's really good. I know it sounds crazy, but it is really good. So
Agreed.
so far we've selected two Fords on this list of used cars. Very interesting. You ready to move on to SUVs?
Yeah, I know. I'm ready.
All right.
Bring it on.
I was amazed again because only three SUVs really dominated the list of suggestions. The 2003 Range Rover, HSE,
Yeah.
right? The BMW X3, an early generation, and the Ford F-150, a 2005 or older.
Yeah.
Pretty crazy
There are a
list.
few other trucks. There are a few other SUVs out there, but I did a little research and found that you can only find crap ones for $15,000-$20,000. Escalades and stuff like that. Seriously, I think these are the only likely candidates.
Well, I mean, why don't you?
Honestly, there would be. I would add a FJ Cruiser to that. I would add some Toyotas to that. But these are the cars that most people recommended. I'm surprised there weren't other other recommendations past this.
Well, look, there's only 3 of them. Why don't you rank first place, last place? What do you think?
Last place X3. I think it's a disgusting design. First place F-150 by far. Why not?
I don't know. I mean, actually,
It's not even an SUV, and it fits perfectly.
okay, I'm going to tell you this: the F-150, absolutely number one choice. I mean, it's so obvious. The power, it's the reliability, the insurance. Compared to other ones, it's off the charts. And the X3 and Range Rover, I think, are pretty much tied for me because the X3 is small. It's weird. I think it's the ugliest BMW in years. It does nothing for me. And the Range Rover, although I have actually did test drive one recently, the Range Rover reliability is like, I mean, it's subterranean. You don't want to touch one that's more than 2 years old, in my experience.
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
So,
well, we need to wrap it up, Alex. It's been a long episode.
Before we wrap it up,
it's
JF,
funny to
3 out of 4 categories were won by Fords.
Well, you took the SHO, I didn't.
Okay, well, I'm saying even if you say 2 out of 4, that's a huge statement.
Well, they won by our categories, by our opinion. I find it more remarkable that people were suggesting more sports cars and sports sedans than anything else. I think that says a lot about our demographic. We should be happy about that.
Well, I think it says a lot about just good taste. Everyone I've run into by accident while car shopping has recommended one of the cars on these lists. Although, let me just say this. Anyone who buys an early E55 AMG better keep a second car budget for repairs. But let's wrap this one up. JF, I look forward to seeing you next week in person, I hope. So this really is truly the last webcam episode.
I hope so, too.
Ow, we're living in the fast lane.